Hi there, it's Jeff Pierce, and welcome to my very cluttered office. And I want to show you a couple of things. Look, here are two fantastic books. This I bought in Toronto years ago, The Victory of Adwa. This is amazing. This is a wonderful text, and I got this years before Raymond Jonas's um, book on the Battle of Adwa. This was virtually the only thing I could find in English about the battle at the time. And this is my friend Ian Campbell's excellent The Plot to Kill Graziani, which is just a wonderful, thorough, brilliant piece of scholarship, written almost like a detective story. Ian and I started our friendship because I wrote and said, "Hey, I can't get your book in Canada. Like Amazon doesn't carry it, other used bookshops don't carry it. How can I get it?" And he very kindly mailed me a copy, which I used for the work in my own book, Prevail. Now, why am I showing you these? Because here are copies of these same books, which I bought in a bookshop in Addis Ababa. I wanted to get slightly cleaner, nicer copies because I thumbed through those to death. Now, what am I going to do with these old ones? Because I don't need them anymore. Well, this is helping to inspire an idea which I had. It's not the greatest idea in the world, but hopefully other people will like it. Take a book. If you're in the diaspora and you are flying back to Addis, if you're going around to see Lalibela, if you're going to Gondar, if you're just going for business, take a book. Here's luggage. Here's luggage. Put 1, 2, 3 books, if you can manage it, into your luggage and take it with you on your trip and then donate it. Ethiopia needs to rebuild its schools. It needs to have more libraries. My gosh, it needs more libraries. And yes, I know there is a gorgeous one that is being built, that has been built in the capital, which I presume is now open. I missed my chance to see it before I left. I went home in January. But what about other towns? What about villages around the country? They need books. They need libraries. And if you saw what we saw in terms of the destruction that the TPLF did to schools, boy, do they ever need their book supplies replenished. Now, how could this work? Well, okay, you take books. You take them back on your trip. Could be anything. If you want to take philosophy books, if you want to take books on motorcycle maintenance repair, books on engineering, textbooks, whatever you're not using anymore, whatever you think is useful, you take it back. Now, of course, you're there for your own purposes. You don't want to have to lug these things around and try to get them to, distant spots. It may be a pain in the ass, or maybe it's just inconvenient. But okay, what if we get major hotels like, say, the Hyatt, like the Westin, like whatever, to give some space? They can have a shelf behind their counter. You give the books to those participating major hotels, and then people from AIDS groups, NGOs, can come in, sign for them, and say, okay, well, we're going out to, say, the IDP camp at such and such a spot, or we're going out to this village in Gojam. We'll take the books there. We've got to go there anyway. And they can carry them the rest of the way in the journey. We've got in Toronto, just as in other major cities, we have these kind of bird boxes, which are converted into like street block libraries. You put your books in that you don't want anymore. Other people come along, they take them. They may bring them back later. Why can't we do this on a bigger scale? Ethiopia needs books. Now, I know what you're saying. There's going to be people who complain and say, okay, well, you're going to try and flood the country with English texts, to which I say, genius. Have you walked through the streets of Dessie or Bahir Dar or Addis lately, with the amount of English that's on signage, with the amount of fluency that many people have? Yes, there is a concern, which is reasonable, that you want to preserve indigenous languages, and there should be more publishing in Amharic so that people can get texts in their own language, and we can address that another time. I would like very much to try to help with that and figure out grant systems, whether it be from abroad or through, say, the government ministries, where they can help the publishing industry in Ethiopia flourish. But for now, this is a small thing. This is an easy thing that people can do. Just take one or two or even three books in your luggage and take them over. You know, instead of us buying books in huge shipments, which just get stuck by the custom authorities and slap a whole bunch of duty on it, who can have a problem with two or three used books or even new books that you take as your own cargo and donate to people who need them? Think about what you can do that will help change minds, that can help grow minds, that can help children in remote villages where there is nothing like a working community library. They can start one, given enough stock, they can start one. This is something which is doable, and I hope others will like this idea and jump on it and start practicing it. Think how many people are on a plane that goes over to Ethiopia. If at least half those people were carrying 2 to 3 books, think how that could help a community. Take a book.